welcome back once again to the Push to Pass F1 podcast. Today is our Las Vegas Grand Prix review and all of the news that came out after it, because let's be honest, the actual aftermath of the race was probably more exciting than the race itself. I'm joined as always by Mr. Reef Parker. How you doing, buddy?
I'm okay, mate. Doing great. It's just a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth after this weekend, but I'm sure we'll break it all down.
Sour taste? Go on. Tell me why.
I just think the wind's been knocked out my sails a bit. With regarding the race was rubbish. In my opinion, I thought it offered nothing.
No, it was dreadful.
And the disqualifications, although they're great if you're a Max Verstappen fan, it means that Norris has got it very easy for the next two races.
Yeah, when I saw the disqualification, I was like, oh my god, championship fight back on. Then I actually took the picture into what it actually was, and I was like, oh, well, Lando can literally just cruise now.
Yeah, pretty much top 5, and then that'll do it.
I think it was he has to finish 6th or higher in the sprint and then win, and he's won it.
The only thing that I can really think is, from my point of view, I think Max will still have a mentality of he's not going to win it.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going out there thinking, right, this is mine to lose, or oh, I'm the hunter. I think he's just going to do what he can and see what happens. Although, the only way that it could come unstuck for Norris is if they pull off some mega aggressive moves and they send him into a wall, or he gets damaged from a battle, which could happen.
Yeah. The gap's 24 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he needs 2. The only thing I'm thinking is, obviously, Qatar is it's going to be a track which favours McLaren. And Oscar typically is good there, but Oscar is currently in a shocking run of form. Is it not just going to be probably a Lando walk in the park?
Yeah, most likely. I think if you're a betting man, then you'd be betting that Norris takes home the championship. I don't think he would, wouldn't he? He would get it wrapped up by Qatar. Stuff would have to go down for it to go to the last round.
For it to go to the last round, he has to have less than a 2-point gap. So the gap can't go to 26 points. So basically, one of them two has to win.
Yeah.
Or
which,
it's not.
Could happen.
The way this season's gone, I wouldn't put it past anything. But also, I just think the way this McLaren is set up and the form Lando is in. Even if this, it's crazy to think, but Lando has won with a pole position. No, he didn't win. Lando had a pole position and finished 2nd, and Max had a great drive. But we're still talking about, even a disqualification, you're still going, yeah, Lando's pretty much done it.
And that's just the nature of what's happened, really. I mean, you could chase it back through the whole season of if, what, maybes. I mean, ultimately, what I'm thinking of is Lando's retirement with the technical.
Yeah, in Zandvoort. So that would have been 18 points extra.
Yeah, and it would have been done and dusted anyway. So, really, Lando's had quite a tough run. If he does win the championship, you look back and you think, wow, it didn't all come easy.
He's especially if you contrast first half of the season to second half of the season, the way he's turned his fortune around, it's not a thing of luck, it's a thing of he's actually just been better, and he's delivered what I think a lot of us know he can deliver. He's just not. A lot of the first half of the season, it was like Q3, he'd make a mistake and he'd start 6th or 7th, or he'd push his tyres too hard, or he'd just keep making mistakes and he'd lose time. He's literally been perfect probably for the past 4 rounds, except for maybe last round. In Vegas, he was very aggressive off turn 1, which I think ultimately ruined him a bit. But I think that Red Bull in race pace was just set up better, because it was clear that McLaren were managing the plank which they had, but clearly not enough.
Yeah, I mean, talking about that first turn on the first lap, it was mental. Just everyone using everyone as brakes, basically.
Hey, Gabby Bortoletto went for the right move.
Mental. I don't know what he was thinking.
Oh, bless him. No, I think if you look at that turn 1 and you look at how Lando approached it, I think that still shows how scared he is of Max in the title fight. The fact he felt he had to just dive across and cover him off.
Yeah, I suppose that is quite telling, because I mean, that's with obviously he must be terrified now because it's within a race win. But I suppose maybe they probably knew that they didn't have the setup, is what I'd
Yeah,
guess. It was
potentially.
like, right, I'll get in front of him, I'll hold him up because we don't have anything for him.
Yeah, potentially just a thing of I need to get in the way rather for my sake rather than I need to keep him behind just purely for that's the only way I'm going to win the race rather than I need to get one over on him.
Saying that, on the what are your opinions on the voice recordings? They were saying that, oh, we're gonna go aggressive, we're gonna go catch Max. If you're managing an issue and you're managing the wear, why would you then go chase Max?
From what I've read, Andrea Stella said that it was down to a lot of porpoising that wasn't experienced in practice. And this is my problem with McLaren. And this is going back to we've said multiple times, with the stuff with the statement and stuff, that they still just don't fill me with the attitude of a title winning team. Remember when Lewis was chasing someone and you would just literally get Lewis's hammer time or something, or you would just have GP would tell Max this is your gap, go and get it. When they say to Lando oh, Lando asked, and that is a genuine question from Lando. You can't say, oh, why is he asking that? It's just a racer wanting more information. But the way that, or they could have literally have just said, no, we don't want to do that. Just close the gap instead of, oh, go get Max.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you can see it from both
Yeah,
sides,
100%.
but I'm just curious as to why they thought they could actually close that gap because they weren't winning that race.
Oh no, 100%, and the gap went from 4 seconds to 20.
Yeah, because then they realised, oh, we've got an issue here.
So did we have? Was both Ferraris disqualified? Am I right in saying that? Start of this year, China.
Yes.
Yeah. So this.
I thought you meant in the
And
race. This
I
race.
remember back then we spoke about it, and I think Fred Vasseur said this is going to become a lot more common. And I can't remember a time we've seen so many cars disqualified for it.
Yeah, I don't. Why is that?
A lot of it is, I think, to do with the aero setup, and we've gone back to the ground effect cars, and the same issue we've had for the past 3 years of porpoising. It's nowhere near as bad as it used to be, but it's still quite effective. And also, I just don't think the teams are not ready to sacrifice running their cars higher for the sake of something which might not happen.
Okay.
So
if
if they had the option where they were right, you either run the car so and so much higher and it won't happen, or no, you run it so and so much happen but it won't happen, or you run it at the ideal height that you want to run at and it could happen, I think they'd still take the it could happen.
they'll take their chances, yeah.
Because it's different in, I think the plank in F1 is metal and the plank in F2 is wooden. So they weigh differently, I think.
Okay.
That's why F2 cars don't really spark. They puff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Have you also seen the other news which came out today about Mr. Christian Horner?
Oh.
He could be joining Aston Martin.
That has been rumoured, isn't it? Is this? I take it it's not his TP.
Yeah, and they're on about removing Andy Powell. I think that's his name.
Right.
Aston Martin. Because obviously they've got Newey now, haven't they?
They do have Newey, yeah.
Yeah, Andy Cowell, Horner in running to replace him. Because obviously they are having a string.
Who's reporting that?
BBC, everything.
Oh, wow.
Let me have a look.
Ensel.
Yeah. BBC, motorsport.com, Planet F1.
Oh, that looks like it's probably true then.
Yeah, they say he's in the running is one of the names to replace him.
Just thinking with motorsport stuff, usually the BBC don't bite unless there's some truth in
No,
it.
Andrew Benson's usually quite a solid thing to go off.
Yeah.
But also, Stroll is also said to have approached former McLaren team principal Andreas Seidel, who is obviously Audi, and Matteo Binotto.
Otto.
Yeah. To be fair, he hasn't done a bad job at Sauber.
No, but I don't know. I don't think I'd trust him with my team.
The interesting thing in my eyes for that is, if you have Newey and Horner, how long before you have Verstappen?
Well, I'd say surely not, because they've. I thought the way that I've read the whole situation of Horner being sacked is that's a broken relationship between him and the Verstappens, and Red Bull had to pick.
Yeah, potentially.
That's how I read the whole situation. Originally, it was for Red Bull, it was either Max or Christian.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I read it more as Jos wanted Christian gone, and Max wasn't happy with the performance at the time. And I think Max just sort of played along with it, thinking that a change would potentially get him back in the fight, which obviously it looks like it has. But also, I think Christian was just. I don't think he was wrongly sacked or left, whatever. But I think ultimately the stuff that came out, obviously around like the scandal regarding him, I think it just piled more bad. Like it was pressure that Red Bull didn't need it.
Being honest, it's he's being used as a scapegoat.
100%.
Which you can agree with and you can't agree with. I mean, personally, I think it was probably time for him to move on.
Yeah.
Actually, let me rephrase. I think it was time for Red Bull to move on. Because I think he'd have kept that job for forever.
I think inevitably his aim was like some sort of ownership.
I'm surprised he doesn't, to be honest.
Oh, Total Wolf sold his ownership as well.
He did. Couple hundred
215, I think it was.
It's not bad, is it? I love how people were saying though, oh yeah, he bought those shares for like X amount and now he's made X amount on them. And the original shares were like a couple million anyway, and people are acting like that's achievable. They were like, oh yeah, you just got to take the risk.
Yeah, honestly,
and it pays off.
Just become like a semi-successful racing driver, drive for Mercedes, and then go, do you know what, I'm going to purchase part of an F1 team and then sell it after we've won like 7 or 8 world titles.
Yeah, you just find a couple million that you've got laying round, and then you take the risk. It's like it kind of loses its meaning when you're playing with a couple million.
It's not exactly
you know what,
it's not
fair
exactly
enough.
chucking a tenner on like stocks, is it?
I do wonder. We won't like hang on this for ages, but I do wonder what like Toto's plan is for the future, because I don't really see him staying around for a long time.
I think, and so this is probably a bit of a people have split opinions on it. I think he'll inevitably try and run for FIA president.
I can see him doing
Purely
that.
for or he'll want to run for something where he can have like power.
I think he'll get it as well. I think he's the right type of person.
100%. I'd rather him have it than a Horner.
Mate, you can't have him in. You couldn't. I don't think they would.
No, and because of his Susie is the CEO of F1 Academy. Am I right in saying?
Yes.
So
yes.
he's obviously had that experience in power and running stuff, and I think he'll inevitably get to the point where he'll just want to pass, like that. He'll just say, fair enough, like I've done my thing, I've achieved all this. The only thing I think he would have wanted to achieve was breaking the record with Lewis, but realistically that's not going to happen, and I don't think he's going to want to wait round for. The only way he could do it now, in my opinion, is signing Max, and then he has to wait another 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Max sort of rumours have tempered down now, especially if he wins this. I don't think he ever leaves, to be honest.
Nah, he'll retire.
But just talking about potential presidents one day, I think you're missing Briatore. I think he'd be a great addition to the front office.
Can you imagine that? If the man who got banned from Formula 1 for life ends up running it.
Oh mate, bring him and Bernie Ecclestone back, and then we've got it. We got prime F1.
Oh God, I remember when Bernie used to run everything. Remember he wanted to put sprinklers on F1 trucks. Some of the ideas,
Treats it like Mario Kart.
some of the ideas he came up with were mental. People newer like Drive to Survive F1 fans who say like the sport now is like, oh, the rules are weird, oh, the government and that, the governing of the sport is so weird. You weren't around when we had Bernie.
Well, I think wasn't he on the first season of Drive to Survive, and then they just kind of phased him out.
No, I think they included him, but I think when did Liberty Media buy F1? Liberty
21? Maybe.
Media.
No, it was before that. 19?
F1. I think you might, because January 2017. So it would have literally been when they were filming the first season of Drive to Survive.
Yeah.
Drive to Survive was 2017. Wow.
Mental, isn't it?
I hate her.
No, but that's just crazy because I remember the first one coming out and I thought it was great. Because to be honest, it is good. Like the product's
Yeah.
good. It's just once you're a fan, I think you can just nitpick and you see where they embellish and you can see where they make these fake stories up. But as someone, if you're someone who doesn't really know much about the sport, I can see why it's so good.
Yeah, like not to promote other podcasts. The P1 podcast with Matt and Tommy did a really good episode with, I think he was the director or like part of the production team on Drive to Survive, and he said then he's like, you will notice like an engine shift differently, or you'll notice like a team radio message differently, and he's like, but that's because we have to create a product which is like accessible and interesting to everyone. Like,
Fair enough, to be
like
fair.
it's not. The series isn't designed for like die-hard F1 fans. It's designed to bring in new F1 fans and be like sort of a dummy's guide to F1.
It's worked like amazingly.
Oh yeah, it's
worked.
without it, F1 probably. I remember back in like 2015, 16, the viewership of F1 was shocking.
Yeah. I mean, even things like you remember ART were in for a bit,
Yeah,
and like all those teams at the back of the grid, like Caterham, they didn't have the budgets. They didn't really have any right to be on an F1 grid, but they just needed grid spots. Like it was at the point where it was so expensive, but no one wanted to do it, that they were just letting anyone who was available on.
HRT with Russia, Virgin Racing.
Yeah,
There,
there was a few.
there was a period of a good like probably from about 2010 to about 2017 where every year you would just have a random new team pop up.
Yeah, and even to be honest, like the Force India days where the owner had sort of sketchy backgrounds of how he earned his money. Like I don't think you get a team now. Like you'd get someone with that sort of background running a team. I think at the time they just needed people.
No,
running
the
teams.
closest thing we would have got would have probably been Haas with the Mazepins or Haas with the rich energy stuff.
Yeah, but even now I don't think that would run, and we're only five years from then.
Do you know what? That's another mental thing people don't appreciate. How mental sponsors used to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, what a life. What were we on about? Total Wolf.
We should talk about the race a bit more.
Yeah, we
probably.
should. There weren't much happen. I saw an F1. Someone on the internet said that Lando and Oscar both had really bad races.
Really?
Yeah, I was like,
I thought their pace was fair.
I think it was they. Oscar probably not, but obviously, I think if Oscar probably had qualified better, he probably would have got third.
Yeah, I think the race just ran as it was. Like, I think George was definitely much faster than Oscar. So
Hey,
Oscar did as good as he
There you
could.
go. My prediction came in clutch. Told you George Russell would be good because it's about 3 degrees in Vegas.
I know, but where did Sainz finish?
Sainz finished 5th. We qualified 3rd, I want to say. Yeah,
And I would just
qualified
like to
third.
be reminded, I did say that Williams would have a good
Yeah,
weekend.
you did, but Albon also DNF'd.
But he crashed into the back of my goat. That's what he did. I won't forget that.
You won't let that one go. Was it because
No, I like the livery
was
though.
it because Vegas had straights?
Yeah, it did have straights.
Ooh,
It also had boring straights.
bit of F1 Wales news. I think I'm right in saying Ella Lloyd won best rookie
Yeah, she finished third in the world, no?
in the world.
In the world.
I've never heard someone describe a series as in the world. In the world. Where did she finish? I hate how it says she's British. No, she finished 4th. 109 points, 5 podiums and a win.
Impressive rookie year.
Hey.
Fair play.
And she signed on for another year. And yeah, we were speaking before, and she did a bit of testing the other week in Formula E.
Yes. Was that with McLaren, I take it?
No, I think she...
Oh, they're not in it anymore, are
No,
they?
they've pulled out now.
Yeah.
Also, random news about Formula E. Porsche have gone the Red Bull route and now have 2 teams.
Do
Yeah,
they?
but they've pulled out their hypercar program,
Yes.
so they're not in WEC
I wonder why they... That's got to be for, like, the F1.
Who
For, like, the development with obviously the electric engine.
would they have? Could you ever see Porsche come back to F1?
Yeah, I think that's going to happen.
Really? Who would you reckon? Surely,
I think so.
a Haas or someone's got to give up soon.
No, I think they'll just make a new team. Then we'll have 12.
I think 12 is the right amount of teams to have.
Yeah, I think 11's a bit weird.
Yeah. 12.
But then you can't have any more than 12. I think 24 drivers is more than enough.
Yeah, if we go to like Formula 3 where we're having 30 car races, that's a bit mental.
So, I think Porsche will come in.
I'd love to. Make F1 just have manufacturers. Get rid of like...
No, I don't mind privateer teams, but I mean, I think I've said it quite a few times. I think Haas will become Toyota. I think Toyota might be the next ones to dip their toe in.
I think Haas will either become Toyota or they'll sell to another American team. And we'll have like Chevrolet or something.
Have Trackhouse because they've got a MotoGP team.
Would any...
I think they're a NASCAR team. Are they?
I don't know. Would any MotoGP teams be able to... Is there any GP teams that do both? Make cars and bikes?
Honda.
Hey, Honda used to be an F1. Remember when we did our
Exciting.
fantasy grid and we had like some of the teams we had? If you want to go check that episode out, it is fantastic. It was
That was a class episode. That deserved more views.
it got like 115.
Oh wait, that was that one. Was
Yeah,
it?
it was
Oh,
it was the week Horner got sacked.
That was a really good.
And you wanted to
episode. I
kill me
enjoyed
because I
that.
picked Carly Rovanpera. Also, if you've got this far in the episode, please subscribe because I think last episode or in the last sort of analytics I looked at, I think 92% of our subscribers were not subscribed. No, 92% of our viewers were not subscribed. So drop us a follow and a subscribe. Thanks. Let's get into driver ratings. Right, your top 10 for the Las Vegas Grand Prix after disqualifications was Ollie Bearman, Esteban Ocon, Lewis Hamilton, Nico Hulkenberg, Isaac Hadjar, Carlos Sainz, Charles Leclerc, Kimi Antonelli, George Russell and Max Verstappen. You predicted Nico Hulkenberg to do well as well, by the way.
Yep.
Or did I? No, or did I predict him to do well?
I think I did.
Steal my thunder with it. P10, Ollie Bearman.
Would have been a P12. It's like the first race in a while where he's not really had much pace.
He looked good though. He looked
Yeah.
he looked punchy. And I think
He always is. I think that's why he's likeable. I just like it. He's always up for a
yeah,
scrap.
and he's proved me wrong, whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
I will give him a 6.
yeah, that's fair. I was gonna go.
It's
6.
not he hasn't gone and stuck here 5th, has he? P9 Esteban Ocon. This one I will give a bit more credit to because I can't remember last time Ocon was in the points.
Yeah, I mean, is he regarding the two teammates battling? Who's ahead in that?
I'm gonna say in the standings. I think in the standings, Bearman is 12th with 41 points, and Ocon's 15th with 32. So not a huge gap, but
Yeah.
you'd probably still expect Ocon to be ahead in that. Controversial opinion. Do you think he's on a bit of borrowed time?
Yeah, he definitely is. I think that move to Haas was
A
like
confirmation?
that's you basically signed, sealed, delivered. You're going to be out of F1 in 4 years.
Do you reckon it's because Haas didn't have a like viable replacement? Like there wasn't a Schumacher coming through?
Yeah, I think. Well, I don't know. I think they were happy to get an Ocon,
Yeah.
but it's just one of those places that you're either a rookie or a top prospect, or you're someone who's not ready to leave the sport, but there's no real viable option.
I think they dropped the ball then, Hulkenberg go.
Yeah, probably, but also at the same time, I'm glad because actually, I don't know. That Haas is quicker, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say. I don't know. I'd say they're quite close. It's very track
But
dependent.
saying that, Hulkenberg probably wanted to go now because obviously they're turning into Audi.
Yeah, I think that's
Gonna be
ultimately
more
why he
potential.
left.
Yeah.
Ocon, I'll give him a 7.
Give him a 6.5.
Right, this is going to be a really hard one because P8 Lewis Hamilton. Without
It can't be good, can it? Really? I know he went from last to 10th.
without
Eighth.
the disqualification, he would have been 10th, and he made up like 5 places on the opening lap.
Yeah, but even he said he was like, ignore that we've gained 10 places. This has been a horrible weekend. So
Yeah, qualifying 20th is mental. And
I don't think it's great.
he's called it the worst season in F1, and he's already not looking forward to next year. I'm going to go with a 5.
I think it's a 4.
Oh, you're harsh. P7, Nico Hülkenberg.
Good
The
race.
GOAT! Even if
More points.
Even if he didn't get it, even if the disqualification didn't come through and he still finished 9th, that's still a good result.
Yeah, I think any points in a Sauber is a good race.
Could you... Right, now this might sound a bit mental. Could you make an argument he's been top 3 drivers this season?
You wouldn't put him top 3, I don't think.
Relative to the performance and expectations, I'd say he's not far off. I'd say he's top 5, guaranteed.
Who do you think's had a better season, him or Hadjar?
Oh,
Expectations-wise.
Hadjar does have I was going to say, Hadjar doesn't have a podium, but he does, doesn't he? Hadjar's been quiet these last couple of races, man. I think if you took into consideration the rookie sort of aspect, I'd say Hadjar has done better. But only from the... See, this is where our end-of-year ratings are going to come into play, because how do you rank the 2 McLaren boys? Because one's had a really good start to the season, and then the other had a really bad start, and then the one's had a really bad second half, and the other one's had a really good second half.
Yeah, ultimately, if we go off what the current trend is, you'd say that Oscar... Oh, I don't know, because he's exceeded expectations to be at this point so early on in his career, but at the same time, he is going to end up giving up a really big points differential.
Yeah, we'll get into that when we do our ratings, but I think Hülkenberg has been one of the best drivers. I will give him an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree.
P6, Isaac Hadjar.
It was a good race. He was very racy at the start. First 20 laps. That livery, by the way, is stonking.
Oh, the hologram one.
Looked really nice.
Absolutely mint bat.
Yeah, I really liked it. Very aggressive into the first corner. Him and Lawson.
Where did Lawson finish? Lawson finished 14th?
Had a car issue.
What?
He used Piastri as a brake, and then a couple of laps later his car just failed.
I remember, yeah.
So he looked racy as well. He'd have been around the 5th, 6th region.
Also random news relating to that. I read a thing on Twitter that apparently Ted Kravitz at a book launch event basically confirmed Lindblad for next year at VCOB.
To be honest, I thought that had already been done.
No, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It'll probably...
I feel like ever since the first race weekend, though, it's been everyone knows.
I think in literally our Abu Dhabi... No, in our Australia review, we spoke about him. And then every episode, I think we've somehow managed to mention him.
Yeah.
We love a bit of it. But Hadjar, P6, yeah, he's that best of the rest, isn't he?
7.5 for me.
Go on, I'll give him a 7. If you're going to give him a 7.5. P5, Carlos Sainz. Qualified 3rd, finished 5th. I'm going to go with a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it's his second best weekend of the year.
Yeah, he's only bettered it with a podium, isn't he?
Actually something to smile about.
And I think the cars that got ahead of him, you'd expect to have got ahead of him.
Yeah, I think it was a good weekend. I think it's a 9.
Yeah, I think he only lost out in the pits anyway. P4, Charles Leclerc. Where did you qualify, young Charlie boy? Why can't I remember? Starting grid. Charles Leclerc qualified 9th and finished 4th. 2 disqual.
They just have a good race setting then.
They must have just had better race pace. That Ferrari's so hit and miss.
It's just crap.
I will go with a 6.
Yeah, seems fair enough.
P3, Kimi Antonelli.
Obviously a big beneficiary of the 2 disqualifications, but
Yeah.
you've got to be in it to win it.
Even I would have finished, 5th?
Yeah.
Still a good...
That's
5th is
3
5th is still a good result.
podiums on the bounce.
Well, for
3 podiums, including the sprint on a bounce.
for Antonelli.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he got double in Brazil, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's ultimately delivering what we all said. He would just have moments of he's really good. And then he'd have 2 weekends where he doesn't do anything. And then he'd go on little purple patches throughout the season. But I think overall he's had a very good year.
Oh, yeah. Especially if he caps off the end of the year with 2 more top 6s. Then That's like the back end of the season's been great for him.
Yeah, he's been solid. I'll give him a 7.5.
I'll give him an 8.
Oh, look at
Just
you.
'cause he's growing on me. I like all the rookies.
Yeah, I think all the rookies are likeable now that Doohan's gone. We used to slander Doohan so bad.
It's poor.
P2, George Russell.
Good race. I mean,
Classic George.
didn't quite have the pace for Norris, did he?
No, but he got within about a second of Max for like a lap and then just fell away.
Yeah, but I suppose you kind of expect it. But I think it was, like you say, vintage George Russell.
He extracted what he could.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him an
class.
8.5.
Okay, 8.
You can never be the same, can we? And P1 Max Verstappen started second, finished first. Took the lead lap 1, didn't really look back.
It's off the start, really, wasn't it? He wasn't even aggressive into turn 1.
No, it was
just...
not Oscar. Lando was aggressive. Lando ran wide, and Max just ran away with it.
Yeah. It's a shame we've not really had much to talk about regarding the race.
No, the race was not a doozy. We'll tell you that for free.
It was not. It wasn't vociferous either.
No.
Which is,
It was not a doozy.
but it was what it was. Max was good. Some would say undeniable.
I will go with I'll go with an 8.
I'm going to give it a 10 just because
A 10.
he had the best result possible, and
Oh,
he's had 2 DQs, and now he's in it. 24 points.
yeah, and I can't wait for Lando to win it by the time this episode goes out. Right, let's do some predictions for Qatar, because this ultimately could be the first time we ever have to admit that someone has won a world championship when we don't want them to. And someone,
I think.
oh, sorry, let me just rephrase that. The worst world champion ever.
I didn't say
You may as
ever.
well have.
I said in the last 25 years.
So this weekend is obviously Qatar. It's a sprint weekend. Lando, we've already spoke about, can obviously win title this weekend. Blah 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 blah. And it's actually on at a decent time. God bless Qatar. So we'll do some predictions for sprint qualifying. Just give me a pole position, then we'll do sprint qualifying and race. So give me a pole for sprint quali.
Nice.
Oh, you're boring, innit? I'll go with Oscar then.
Okay.
Give me your sprint winner.
Lando Norris.
You're funny now. Right, sprint winner, I'll go with Lando. 'Cause I think it will happen. Qualifying, give me your top 3.
Not going to believe this.
Oh my
right?
god, right, hang on. Could Lando Norris get pole?
I was going to say Piastri P3, but Bro's had like not that good pace for like the last 3 races. So we'll go for a Charles Leclerc P3, Max P2, Lando P1.
Blood clot. I will go with... Do you know what? I'm going to back my boy. I'll go Max P3, Lando P2, and Oscar P1. Oscar Piastri is going to have a generational run and snatch this title back.
Going to win all 3 races.
Yeah, and all the practice sessions.
I'd be there for it. I can't lie. I would be there for
Give me a top 3 for the race.
I think Lando will win. I think Lando's going to win everything.
So you think Lando world champion?
I think Lando will be crowned world champion on Sunday, yeah.
Okay. Shock opinion, I won't. I think it goes to Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably me being hopeful, but I just think it will.
Yeah, I just don't think it will, because Qatar's basically flat out all of it. And I just think, I've said it, McLaren's just a better car. And when you've got such a downforce heavy track, you need a good car. And you need the best.
This might be me being a bit harsh on Lando, but there's still a part of me that thinks he could throw it away.
I think he's got it all out of his system. I think he's actually operated really well the last couple of races.
His mentality, probably since the summer break, he has literally he's done everything he can to like first close the gap to Oscar and then have the gap to the both of them. But there's still, and it's probably me just being a bit doubtful and a bit optimistic of having a title fight go down to the last race, there's still a little bit of me which thinks he's done it before. He could do it again.
Yeah, there is. However, if we're thinking
logically, he's going to win it.
yeah, basically, yeah.
We can be hopeful. Yeah, give me the top 3. Go on.
For the race, we'll go for a Lando P1.
Yeah, shock.
We'll go for a Max P2.
Shock.
And then, I don't know, it could be anything, because going off the logic of it's basically going to be signed, sealed and delivered if Lando wins the sprint, will Oscar be really disheartened? Will he even be kind of competitive on the Sunday? Maybe not.
I think he's half accepted it.
Yeah, I think he has.
You can tell from like his interviews and stuff. He looks how relaxed he looks. You can sort of just tell he's sort of gone. Yeah, I'd like tried, but next year I'll have another go.
You know what? That's probably the best position he could be
Yeah,
in.
there's no point of him going. Oh well, like there's no point in him beating himself up. Like it's his first title fight. We saw the exact same with Lando last year, and look what Lando's done now.
Yeah, I mean, slightly different circumstances, just because Lando was never in the position where you thought he was going to win.
Lando was always chasing money.
But you're right, you can build on this. But I just think for this year he's going to kind of write it off. So I think I'll go for a P3 in a very long-winded fashion. P3 Kimi Antonelli.
Hey, you're back in the Kimi Antonelli hype. I will go P1 Max.
Yep.
I'll go P2 Lando. Does that take Oscar out of the title picture then?
If Lando wins on Saturday and then gets second on Sunday, he's won it.
Yeah, he does.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, it's basically if Lando has to finish like 3rd or lower and then finish 3rd or lower. He can't finish 2nd, pretty much.
Not going to happen.
No, it's not, but we can dream. Hey, Peter Gasly just storms to the field and takes him out.
Pierre
Dunno,
Gasly.
funny enough.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll go Max P1, Lando P2, and P3. I will go with George Russell. It won't happen because the track will be warm, which means Mercedes can't work. Imagine if we get another disqualification.
I don't know, Qatar's quite... It's a night race, I assume.
Yeah, but remember last year Logan Sargent literally had to retire because he was going to be sick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you forget Qatar's a desert?
No, but it's not always warm.
Have a
There.
look. Qatar.
MotoGP go there and it gets quite nippy.
Qatar weather is about 20... Currently in Qatar, which means it's 9 o'clock, I think, at time of recording, it's 23 degrees with a humidity of 71%.
Fair enough.
So it's like Singapore on steroids. I don't think there's anything else to predict. I'm not doing those random ones because we just throw random things out. That is all we have time for today on this episode of the Push to Pass F1 podcast. We hope you have enjoyed. If you are listening on Spotify, don't forget to drop us a 5-star rating and a follow. It's hugely appreciated. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a like, give us a subscribe. The support so far on these past few episodes has been incredible. We really appreciate it. But also, please subscribe because we're trying to reach some more subscribers. I have been Max. And this has been the Push to Pass F1 podcast.